It is Wednesday, the 26th, which means we are one day away from the draft. And without anything else being said, let's get into it. All right, so at number one, I think it's pretty clear at this point it's Bryce Young. There's been confusion in the past. We've had CJ Stroud up there for a while, but the test seems to have made everyone kind of ease up a little bit and be like, okay, well, Bryce Young is clearly better, even if Stroud did get the test results like the way Bryce Young did. But yeah, Bryce Young has the tape. The only thing he has against him is his size, and I don't think that's a huge deal in today's league. If this was 10 years ago, it would be a massive, disadvantage when he was drafted. He'd be like Drew Brees in the second or third round. But luckily, it's 2023, and I have Bryce Young going number one. Okay, so number two, Houston. Just like kind of all the picks in the draft, this one's hard. And especially hard because we've had different things being said about different players. We've had them talking about quarterbacks being important in the past. We've had them saying that building the team and foundation around a quarterback is much more important than taking one right away. I mean, it's crazy. And I still think the Texans will end up with a quarterback, whether that's C.J. Stroud, Will Levis, whatever. But yeah, I'm just going to have them take Stroud still. I don't think the test is that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things. If he sucks, he sucks. And I don't think it's going to scare away many NFL teams in general just because he got a low score on a test. Cardinals, I think they trade down. Like, I'm almost convinced they will trade down. But I don't have PFF premium, so we're just going to have them take the best guy on the board here. And I'll have them go Will Anderson. I think Will Anderson will go top 5 still, even with the trade up for a quarterback. But yeah, either he ends up here or Seattle. So let's see. Indianapolis is a quarterback spot. And I've been seeing Will Levis to them a lot, and also Anthony Richardson. And I think I will go. Let's see. I like Richardson there more. Obviously, their coach developed Jalen Hurts from the ground up, but I think it's Will Levis seems like a Colts quarterback. You know what? Let's go Richardson. It's much more fun, and I think if they take him, it's going to be a much better pick. Obviously, they're not going to be good this year, and Richardson's the kind of guy you take for later anyways. All right. Seahawks, Jalen Carter, no question about it. The only other guy I could see going here is would be Will Anderson if he fell, and also, where is he? Man, they have him ranked a lot lower than most people. Tyree Wilson, yeah. He should be much higher than 28, by the way. Yeah, those are only 3 players I can see going here. I don't see quarterback anymore. I dabbled with it in the past, as did a lot of people, but yeah. 6, Detroit. There were rumors today that they were thinking about trading down. If Will Levis slipped to 6, I think that would be a possibility for sure. But in this scenario, I'm just going to have them go with Robinson or Witherspoon. I just don't think they would take a running back at 6. That feels so dumb. Like, I know they're big, pound the ball, but I don't think they would still take one at 6. That just feels dumb to me. They're still a smart organization. Let's go Witherspoon. I think by far he's the best corner, even though the highest upside is Christian Gonzalez. But I think it's a really good pick for them. And they need help at corner. I know they had PTSD from taking Jeff Kuda a few years ago, but this is a whole new Lions team. They got a new foundation for everything. Raiders, if they don't take Will Levis here, it wouldn't be the Raiders. And regardless of how I feel about him, I think he has a solid chance here with Devontae Adams and a pretty solid team overall. I think the defense needs some work, but it's a good start, and yeah, it's a good spot for him. Atlanta, Robinson would be my pick here. Where is he? All right, they have him low. Tyree Wilson wasn't here, so I'm gonna go ahead and get Tyree Wilson. This was a popular mock before Tyree got a lot of hype, and if he doesn't go at 5 to Seattle, then he's definitely going at 8 to Atlanta. No question about it. Chicago, greatest trade down in the history of trade downs, unless Bryce Young is like the greatest player of all time. Then, yikes. All right, Chicago, they kind of need everything. Worst team in the league by quite a bit last year. On par with the Texans, but I still think they're probably worse. I'm very interested in the tackle here. I think Paris Johnson is the right decision, but where is it? He's right here. I think he would be the right decision in this scenario. Ohio State quarterback. Not that it means anything, but you know, he's the best tackle in the draft. I think everyone's starting to realize it. He's always been that way. Broderick Jones got a lot of hype early on, but I think he's the best one here, and I think I might have to take him. There's just no one else I think would fit better. And why is Dalton Kincaid ranked 10? This is weird. Okay. Way too high. Good player. Way too high. Let's go to Paris Johnson. Eagles. I do not want to give them Robinson, but I think I have to. The thing is, I think they would... It's either Nolan Smith or Robinson, and I just cannot see Howie justifying taking a running back in the top 10. And with that being said, I will be taking Nolan Smith here. That might be... This is just not good. We do not want the Eagles to be good again. I speak for everyone when I say that, by the way. Titans. This is a team that could trade up anywhere at 6-3. I heard rumors they were trying to get a quarterback, but I wouldn't have fired them. Honestly, they need a lot more than a quarterback. And if you want a guy, get him next year. Drake May, Caleb Williams, just save up for next year. Which is why I would trade down and fire them, but I know they won't. There's 0% chance. Anyways, Derrick Henry trade rumors, Robinson spot, maybe. But fire them, I would take a tackle, which is why I will be taking Broderick Jones. Not the best tackle, but top 3 easily. And, yeah, Skronsky's slipping a little bit, but he has been slipping in recent mocks just a little bit. You know, top 15-ish, where he used to be top 10. Happens. Rashawn Slater kind of had the same thing in mocks last year, 2 years ago. He ended up fine. Houston. You know, I saw a Daniel Jeremiah mock draft today that had them trading up to 3 right after they took CJ Stroud at 2 and take Will Anderson, which would be a baller move by them. And I think that might be the right move. But it takes so much to trade up there that it's probably not worth it, especially when your team as bad as them. I've been giving them, Lucas Van Ness a lot. I'm just going to switch things up a bit. Let's give them JSN or Robinson. It's just, they don't need a running back. But I know teams like to take the star player. And he is the superstar of this draft. You know what? Let's go with JSN. It feels a bit high, but he's been getting so much hype lately. It's possible. Packers, after the Aaron Rodgers trade, they moved up 2 spots. Good on the Jets for keeping their first-round pick, though. Or swapping, just for 2 spots later. All right, let's see here. I think if the Packers want to fix their issues, they need to go edge here. And I know I've talked to a lot of Packers fans, and they do not want Keon White, but I think that's a possibility here. Even with Myles Murphy on the board, I think they could go in that direction. Even with Lucas Van Ness, Will McDonald, I think they could go in that direction. We're going to be nice to the Packers today. I'm going to give them... It feels so high for Kincaid, especially after that back injury. I know he got cleared and everything, but it's still there. I think Christian Gonzalez, it feels weird having him slip this far. And they could use a little bit of corner help. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to justify Christian Gonzalez right here. I can't have him slip any further than this. I had him go around here, and it was way too far. Even I realized that. But, yeah, New England. Honestly, they could take the bottom guy out of the top 150, and I wouldn't be surprised. But, we're going to be nice to Patriots fans today and hope for the best, which is why I will be giving them Brian Branch. Great player, versatile. He's the type of guy that can fit into the Patriots defense. especially with an actual coordinator now, or at least on the offense. All right. They need a lot more than the offense, though. They're a well-rounded team, but in that division, they need more than that. And I think Brian Branch can kind of be that guy. All right. So, Jets. Well, I think tackle is a major concern. Aaron Rodgers apparently was not keen on going to the Jets at first because they're O-line, but they reassured him. So I assume that means they would take a tackle first round. They seem to have shored up receivers all right, signing Lazard. And, yeah, I think tackle is the right move here. I would agree with that. I think Skoronski's a good fit here. Nothing else said. Commanders. New ownership coming in. I don't know if they have any input whatsoever on this draft. They probably don't. But I think if I were Washington, I would take Robinson. They have good running backs, you know. They just have a running back by committee right now. It's all pretty good, and it's been doing well. I just don't think taking a running back in the first round is a good idea for them right now. But tight end is something they need, and Kincaid's right here. So is Michael Mayer. I know teams are a lot higher, or at least scouts and analysts are a lot higher on Kincaid than they are Mayer. I prefer Mayer, but I think if they want a guy with higher upside, then Kincaid's definitely the way to go. And I'll get them a tight end. Why not? Should they be taking O-line? Probably, but hey, they'll figure that out later. Okay, Steelers. You know, they have such good coaching that they can kind of go in a number of directions here. I would take O-line if I were them. But, specifically tackle, yeah. It even says it right here. Tackle, first need. Linebacker, corner is a desperation. And I want to give them Joey Porter Jr. I think that might be the right pick. Either him or Deonte Banks. Deonte Banks is a higher ceiling, more lengthy athlete. I think Joey Porter Jr. is just better. It's, you know, yeah. I mean, I could give them Anton Harrison or Darnell Wright. But I'm going to go ahead and give them Joey Porter Jr. It's more fun. His dad played for them. And, yeah. At 18, Detroit. Now, we already had them taking corner with Witherspoon. Now, what I want to do with Detroit is Jameson Williams going to be out for 6 games. That might be enough to take a receiver. I know it seems a bit crazy, but they want to be competitive this year. They don't want to suck for the 20th year in a row. And I think that might be the right move. I like D-line for them personally. I think Kancey's probably the best pick here. But, and Robinson's still here. You couldn't justify it at 6. Could you at 18? I think so. But they shouldn't. If they don't, Tampa will, though. That's the thing. Will they? I don't know. The problem with running backs in the first round is I never know if or when they're going to go. And that's kind of been a thing lately. Like, a lot of people predicted Najee to the Steelers. But, yeah, I think I'm going to have them go Kancey or Myles Murphy. You know what? Let's have them go. It just seems a bit high. You know what? Let's have them go receiver. I think this is a solid move for them. Which one? The best one is clearly Zay Flowers. But I think they would take Addison. He's kind of similar to Jameson Williams, but faster. Maybe not as good hands, but he's a great player. All right, now Tampa Bay. I said they would take Bijan Robinson. I forgot about Rachaad White. They already have a solid, cheap running back. I don't know if they would do that, especially during a rebuild. Why would you start a rebuild with a running back? That's like the worst possible decision, I think. They're not going to take quarterback. I think we already know that unless they try to trade up. Or, in this scenario, if they want Hendon Hooker. But, I don't think they do. Okay. Well, we've already seen quarterbacks go off the board. Now, I think I'm kind of stuck here. I mean, I think that, where is he? Osiris Torrance is probably a good pick here. Could stay in-state, and he's a beast, Senior Bowl baller. I think that's the right pick here. I don't think I need to overthink any of this. But they could go in a number of directions because they're kind of like into a rebuild right now. I don't want to say fully because I still think they're a decent team, but yeah. Seattle. Okay, so obviously they aren't going to take running back. We know this. O-line and D-line. So Kancey, Miles Murphy, great picks here. I think there's not a lot of interior guys I would take. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give them Hendon Hooker. There's a lot of rumors that they could take him at 5, and I thought that was dumb. Seemed that way. I think it is dumb. They won't take him at 5. No one's going to take him in the top 20. Unless it's Seattle. And I think that's the right move here. Seattle is a good team right now, and I think they're going to get a little better next season, especially with the fully healthy Kenneth Walker. And have a young, well, I even shouldn't say young, he's 25. Having a young-ish guy to develop behind Geno Smith, similar players, by the way, is I think it's a good idea. Dolphins forfeited, obviously. They could have used that pick, by the way. Yeah, Chargers. I have to give them Robinson. I don't want to, but I have to. I just can't find any other spot from earlier on. There's a couple that made sense, but yeah, I think with Eckler trade rumors going around, and it might be dealt tomorrow even. I don't know for sure, but I think that's probably the estimate. Same with Hopkins. Although Hopkins won't be dealt for a 1. Neither will Eckler, but I think Eckler could probably get a 2. Ravens. I think Lamar is going to end up staying. Unless the 49ers or something pull off a blockbuster trade of the century for him. Yeah, so I think they signed Odell. I don't think they're going to take receiver after that. They have Bateman, who's a solid player once he gets a real season out of him as the number 1. I think he's going to become even better. Let's see here. So I like Deonte Banks going here, but I don't know if Miles Murphy's going to slip this far, and I think if he was here, they would take him. Similar to how I had Nolan Smith a few drafts ago, slipping to here, and I think I did end up going here. Yeah, I think they could use an edge guy like him. Obviously, Calais Campbell is, I think he retired or traded, cut. I don't think he's on the team anymore. But, yeah, having a guy who could definitely, I think he can definitely play all around the line. Go to them is going to be helpful. Vikings. I want to give them receiver kind of bad, and I think I will. Let's give them Quentin Johnston. I think Zay Flowers is the best receiver in this draft probably, but I don't know if teams are as high on him because of size. So nothing I can do about that. Let's see. Jacksonville's on the clock. Yeah, interior O-line is kind of a big deal here. Edge, they just took Trayvon Walker last year, so I'm not going to do that, but it is an issue. Defensive back, I don't think defensive back is as big an issue, but they got Griffin gone, so it might be... Yeah, actually, you know what? It might be. I think Deonte Banks could fit in well here. Him and Tyson Campbell could be a great duo. Let's do that. I don't want to overthink any of these later picks. They're good teams, so for the most part. Saints. Yeah. I'm thinking of what to do for the Giants because I usually give them either Tyreek Stevenson or Zay Flowers. And I'm not sure they will do either. They're not going to take O-line, I don't think. I could see them taking Zay Flowers again. I think I might do that. Either him or Josh Downs. And I don't know if Josh Downs goes before Zay Flowers. I'd be shocked if he did. No, let's give him Zay Flowers. I just don't see Zay Flowers getting past Dallas, and I don't think he'll end up in Dallas. So, Cowboys on the clock. Yep, Zay Flowers gone. Oh no, they're hurt. No, Jerry wouldn't have taken him anyways. Jerry wants like massive receivers, or at least larger. Yeah. So I think receivers out of the question for the first round unless one of the big guys slips. And there's some guys I like here that could be available in round 2 for them, but I think they would have to trade up. Like Marvin Mims, great player. I would justify him going at the end of the first round around here, but he won't because production wasn't ideal. He played for Oklahoma, not a great team anymore. And same with Mingo. Man, Keishon Butiti is... and he has some major off the field issues, and hope he gets them solved because he's a talented player, or at least he was. I don't know what happened last season. I didn't watch a lot of LSU, but he used to be great. Let's see, Kancey would be the pick here. I think they'll probably take Mayer. They shouldn't though, because Jake Ferguson and Peyton Hendershot showed enough last year to where you could probably slide. If you need to, you can make a trade deadline tight end trade if you really want to. But I think you're going to be okay. Let's see. Kancey, Mayer, Wright, Anton Harrison, all good picks here. Will McDonald, Dan worked out with him, and that doesn't happen a lot for him. He worked out with Sam Williams last year, and they ended up drafting him, so that could mean something for sure. I just don't want to give them edge. I would rather give them Jahmyr Gibbs. He kind of gives them what they want, more elusive back, kind of like Tony Pollard, and who can catch, which is what they want if they were going to pick a receiver, which I don't think they will. So I think Jahmyr Gibbs is the perfect pick here for them. Obviously, Robinson's gone, and this guy's the next best, so might as well. Bills, if they didn't take Kancey, I don't know what they would do, so I'm going to give them Kancey. I could see them taking Forbes, but I don't think they're going to get that far down the board for a undersized corner. All right. Bengals. They could take tight end, but I think they brought Drew Sample back, and he's not, the best player. Hayden Hurst is gone. I'm slowly talking myself into taking tight end here. But D-line, defensive back, I mean, I just don't think they need defensive back that badly to take one in the first round, to be honest with you. Yeah, tight end, Michael Mayer. That might be a great weapon for Joe Burrow. I think this is the right spot for him. Saints, they sold the bag on this trade. I can't lie. They got a great receiver in Olave. But that pickup here... You could have had a real baller. Well, I may just give them corner, D-line, call it a day. Will McDonald's a great player. Lucas Van Ness slipped this far. I don't think he'll do that. I think he'll be taken probably in the teens. I just didn't feel like taking him today on this final mock. I think he might. Players slip. It happens. And, yeah, I think they would definitely take Van Ness or McDonald if it came down to it. So, there you go. Philadelphia, they took Nolan Smith in this scenario. I would definitely consider giving them center, but I think Jason Kelce picked out his replacement last year. Darnell Washington, I wouldn't take because they have Goddard. Josh Downs... If they wanted to take another first-round receiver, I don't see it. They don't take linebacker in the first round. We can put that away. Brian Brzee has really slipped. I think he's better than 40. Sam Laporta has gone up way too far. I don't think he's that good. He's good, but he's not first-round good. I'm going to end up giving... Eagles fans get mad at whatever I tell them I'm going to have them take. So either way, it's an L. I'm just stuck between Forbes who I think would work really well as a kind of Darius. I don't want to say Darius Slay because he's nothing like Darius Slay, but a replacement at that spot when Slay eventually leaves. But I want to give them tackle because all the tackles are here, all the late round guys. And I just don't know if they could pass up a Darnell Wright or Anton Harrison. And you know what? Let's give them Darnell Wright. You know, you don't need one right now, but you might need one later. Plus gives you some depth. Oh, lineman get hurt. I mean, it's a good deal. Chiefs, Will McDonald might be the move. I think I've done this like 8 times, it feels like, but that's the move, and that's a good one. Thanks for watching this mock draft, and I'll see you after the draft. I'll talk about my reactions to each pick, and yeah.